What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Investing Bros live show. Are the prices slightly down as we're shooting this? Yes, they are. But are prices about to go up? Well, we got some analytics saying a short squeeze could be in play. Got some special incentives for you guys today. It's going to be a fun, once again, just Tim show. No T-Shroom today, but we're going to have some fun anyway. With that said, we are Investing Bros. Let's get the show going. What is going on, everyone? We got a light goal for today. I got a special guest here at the office. If we get to, and you guys got to really help me out with this, if we get to 100, and let's go 120 likes while we're live, my son Brody, the one that probably most of you like better than me anyway, he'll make an appearance on the show. He's in office. We got to get to 120 likes. All of the mods, people in chat, make sure, let me know what is happening there, because it's hard doing the one-man show and also getting those details to know when we've actually hit that like metric. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm excited about some of the stuff we're gonna do today. A lot of Q&A, might go a little bit shorter as well. Yesterday we went like an hour and 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, that's a lot of talking. That's a lot of talking for one person to do. And you know, I'm the man for the job. I can talk. They used to joke in high school that I could talk to the rocks, and it just didn't matter who was listening. I could just keep talking. But I don't know if I'm going to go the full length today. However, we will have a lot of Q&A. I do have a couple stories I want to get into, but we'll have to get there when we get there. What up to everybody? Manny Walk says, what up, Tim? What up to you? We got some bubbles in chat. Also, welcome to the gold membership, decrypted.tax. Now, I don't know if this is the account from the company, but definitely a special time to shout out our CPAs. I was talking with somebody earlier. Someone messaged me on Twitter asking about different things when it comes to leverage trading and taxes and crypto and yada, yada, yada. A lot of people trying to do their own taxes this year. You know, it's March. We got a little bit more. We got probably, 2 more weeks until that dreaded April 15th. It's not too late. If you still have not done your taxes and you're freaking out about them, check out decrypted.tax. There's a link down below. Special offer for you guys also. When you use the BROZ code, you get 25% off. So go get that 60-minute free consultation. Find out if they're the right CPAs for you and tell them the BROZ sent you. What's up, everybody? Jelani Sheriff says, waiting for Solana. Maybe. Let's take a look at the markets today. Let's get in here and see what's going on. We'll jump into some stories, do some charts, do some Q&A. And again, 120 likes, and I will bring Brody onto the show. So you got to smash that like button. In fact, yeah, I have a button for it right there. Boom. Just smash it. There we go. Red day so far for most of the cryptos. Bitcoin down 1.6%. Again, we're dropping as we're speaking. Bitcoin below 69,500. We'll get there here in just a couple of minutes on the charts. Ethereum continues to drop down 2%. We do have one coin in the top 10 that is green today, and that is BNB. Chat, let me know, was there some big news for Binance making their coin jump up today? It's the only green coin. Then you got to drop all the way to number 14. Bitcoin Cash up almost 10% on the day. But let's check out the biggest gainers, biggest losers of the day. Dog with hat. Goodness gracious, this thing just continues to keep tearing to the upside. It's always, dog with hat's always the biggest gainer or biggest loser. So whoever knows what's going on, if you can pinpoint these tops and bottoms, there are some traders out there killing it in the trading of dog with hat. Because again, it's always a top moving coin. The question is it a gainer or a loser? Litecoin also up 11%. I know Litecoin's been making a little move. And you guys know here, I'm not necessarily, haven't been the biggest Litecoin fan historically. However, you know, we're getting some definite support from the CFTC claiming it is definitely a commodity, not a security. There's still people bullish on it. And let's remember, guys, while technically speaking, you know, you do want to make sure to look at the coins with the best utilization and what they're going to do in the future. But at the end of the day, when there's more buyers than there's sellers, and there's a lot of people who want to buy, that's a coin that makes it go to the upside. So worst case scenario, I'm not trying to make the comparison. I'm not saying Litecoin is a meme coin, but worst case scenario, you can treat it like a meme coin. People like it. People like Litecoin right now. It is going to the upside. We'll see if it can keep going. Stacks, another coin we're really big on here. Again, we're pretty much talking about the Matic of Bitcoin, the layer 2 scaling solution here. Stack up 6.7%, TIA up 6.33 as well. Here's a coin I've given up on coming into the top 6. It's number 6 right here today. People have asked me this in chat as well. Chiliz. Am I a Chiliz guy still? You guys know I used to be a big fan of Chiliz. Chiliz, of course, a token that utilizes the sports world. I'm not necessarily. I think that I don't think that the adoption they're creating is coming along what I thought they could have done. I think the concept of crypto being heavily utilized in sports and letting fans engage with their teams is really, really cool. But Chiliz is just not taking advantage of a great opportunity, but they are up today. Let's see about our big losers. Floki. So we got kind of a back and forth. Floki, another meme coin, is our biggest loser, down 8% of our top 100. Fetch, of course, and Singularity Net, both coins that have been rallying for the last couple of days on the big news of their merger. Well, they're two of the biggest losers today, both almost down 8%. Not too big of a deal. Ando, another coin that's been hot as of late, taking a little bit of a cool off. Thorchain Runes in this game as well. Bonk, got another meme coin down 5%. As a whole, though, mixed bag today. Again, Bitcoin down, but not necessarily the others. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're going to explore in this show potential short squeezes coming to play. Definitely two of the coins that I want to take a look at, Solana and Avax. Both these coins I'm very, very big on. You guys know I've said it before. I have what I would call my big four, not counting Bitcoin, right? So you got to have a big bag of Bitcoin. But my top 4 altcoin holdings at the moment, we got Solana, we got Chainlink, we have Avax, and of course we have Cardano. We'll have to get into all this today. But two of my favorite, Avax and Solana, do look primed and ready potentially for a short squeeze. In fact, a lot of the space looks primed and ready for a short squeeze, but we'll have to get there. Let's talk about Bitcoin here at first. Coming back down, bouncing here just temporarily a couple of hours ago, back down towards $69,000. We've had a little bit of a resurgence here, but is this bleeding going to stop here on the 1 hour chart? Let's check out what's happening. While we do have a green reversal dot and we do have some bullish momentum at this point off this bounce, notice that money flow still looking kind of negative here. Let's pull up our other indicators. We haven't quite hit the take profit on the short that was called back here yesterday around what was that, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock-ish area. We have come down into the order block, but the first level of take profit is coming in closer towards 68,800. You guys know I'm in a short right now on Bitcoin because of my competition with T-Shroom. Don't know if we'll have an announcement of winner this week because T-Shroom probably is not back for tomorrow's Saturday show. But I'm probably going to be taking profit somewhere around 69,000. Enter somewhere closer up here. I don't remember the exact number. Somewhere around 71,000. Probably going to be taking my profit right there. But at the moment, you will see here on the hourly chart, while we're continuing to go lower with the oscillators, RSI not necessarily flashing that we're oversold just yet. So could have a little bit further to go down. Let's check out the 4 hour chart here temporarily. Negative MACD. Let's see what our indicators are saying. Technically, we're under a buy order right now, but this lot of mixed results kind of coming in here. You guys can even see the money flow. The only thing that's technically still positive right here as far as oscillators are concerned, but even that, it's very choppy and overall setting these lower highs in that money flow. So the shorter time frames, not necessarily looking good. I want to go ahead and let you guys know, though, even though the 1 hour, the 4 hour, we're talking about the next 24 to 48 hours, not necessarily screaming bullish right now, there is something that could be bullish come Monday. We're going to get back into charts here in just a couple of minutes, but let's go ahead and jump in to two very, very bullish stories going on. I mentioned one of them yesterday. We'll talk about the other today. This one, oh, look at that ad. Top Doctor. If you eat oatmeal every day, this is what happens. We're not sponsored by oatmeal, so we're going to get into that ad. Bitcoin and Ethereum have $15 billion worth of options expiries that happen today. Why do you guys think Bitcoin is falling right now? Well, there's an option expiry, the pain point down at 51,000. And a lot of times when you're this, let's go ahead and put a line. Let's put a line at 51,000, so somewhere in that range. When you're this far above the options expiry, it's not abnormal for the bears to pull the price back down. In the same way, let's say this was the price up here. Let's say that was the expiry, but we've been trading way below it. Let's say we corrected right here. We kind of came down. We're kind of flirting in the 40,000, 42,000. This would actually cause during the day of the expiry for the price to pull back up. So am I too concerned about this recent dip? No, I'm not. This is pretty normal. There's more sell pressure today than there will be later on. Guess what happens? As long as what's happening right now continues and we close above this level, we should see some bullish pressure. In this article, very good synopsis article here from Watcher.guru, a development that could bring upward volatility to the asset markets. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum have $15 billion worth of options that are set to expire on Friday, March 29th. Guess what? That's today. Indeed Options Exchange Derivative, I don't know, is set to sell Bitcoin options worth $9.5 billion. Alternatively, they will also sell Ether options worth $5.7 billion. That's where the $15 billion is coming in. I've heard some, technically incorrect information. Some people are saying there's $15 billion worth of just Bitcoin. That's not true. It's split between both Bitcoin and Ethereum. But in a nutshell, why this is bullish is because when those options expire and those bulls are in massive profit, we're going to see more bullish momentum, more of an excuse and a reason for people to buy and continue to stack the price, right? So that's reason number one that I am very bullish on Bitcoin over the next little bit. Of course, today, we have to deal with the options expiry today. Also, it is Good Friday. Those of you who are Christians, you believe in the death and resurrection of Jesus, it is Good Friday. Hope to see you guys in church on Easter this Sunday, but also a lot of the stock market is not trading today. There's a reason why there's not as much volume kind of coming in. However, on Monday, when that news comes out that, we had the option expiry, it's very, very bullish paired with this news we have going on. Let's go ahead and go back to my screen. With our core PCE prices coming back down to 0.3 over, what is this, month over month, 0.3% month over month, which is, again, down from 0.5 and 1%. Big drops here. This means, technically speaking, the amount of inflation on your normal goods like food and other things, not that big of a deal. This could bring some bullish momentum back into the space. We could see this influence Jerome Powell, who in his last press conference kind of insinuated that he's not necessarily ready to commit to a rate cut first. He wants to see evidence that his rate hikes have been effective at curbing inflation. Well, right now, we're not necessarily expecting a rate cut in May, but June is picking up some momentum. We're seeing over 60% probability here that we might go ahead and see a rate cut in June. And when you see these types of numbers, that speaks all types of volume to that bullishness. Now, let's go ahead and read some chat here for a second. I'm telling you guys why I'm bullish long-term. I want to see what you guys are saying here. Let's see here. Drew P, absolutely. Thank you for dying for my sins, Jesus. Absolutely. Eric Wallen, what would you do if I showed up at his church? I would have a ball. Eric Wallen, I would love to see you show up and go to Easter Sunday. In fact, open invitation. I'll do you one better, Eric, and I'm not even joking. If you fly to Georgia, if you buy a plane ticket, I'll reimburse you. I'll reimburse you, and I'll take you to Easter Sunday if you want to commit to it. All right? You still want to do it? Still want to do it, Eric? Try my bet. Try me. I ain't bluffing. Go on down. I'll reimburse you. What else do we have going on here? Olaf on the blockchain basement. Absolutely great to have you guys in here. Thank you for being here. Remember, those of you just joining, you didn't hear this. If we get to 120 likes before I'm finished today, my son Brody will make an appearance. He is probably the best bro, everyone's favorite bro. Absolutely. Let's see. Where are we on our like count so far? We're up to 38. So we got a ways to go, everybody. If you guys want to see Brody on the show, we do have a ways to go. Let's go back over here. Let's take a look at the charts, maybe now in a more long-term perspective rather than just short-term. Again, because we just looked at the 1 hour, the 4 hour. They're not screaming bullishness, but you come out here to the daily chart, and we talked about this yesterday, that the potential launch that could happen based off the fractal, what we saw the last two times that we flirted with and wrestled with previous all-time highs. Let's take a look at what Lux Algo is thinking here on the daily chart. You guys are going to see MACD converging bullish. It's kind of slowing down its bullishness right now at decision point, but ultimately a bounce off of the 50 RSI, very, very bullish. The fact that MACD is trending back to the upside, the fact that we still have here on the Lux Algo RSI, we didn't get a reversal, but we have bullish momentum still heading to the upside and positive money flow. The daily chart, you got to go all the way out there to see some positivity. And again, with these more recent stories, with today's options expiry, and with the fact that we have this lower PCE number, we could see Monday end up becoming a very, very big day. But that is just the beginning of it. Let's talk short squeezes that could happen. And to do this, we got to head over to High Block Capital. You guys know we love using them. Very, very soon, we're working on a deal with High Block Capital. We will have an affiliate link that you guys can purchase. There's so many cool tools on High Block Capital. I like to use the heat map, but there's some other things I'm learning along the way. I'll show them when I learn them and let you guys hear them a little more. Well, technically, I'm on Solana here. Oh, you guys got a little sneak peek. You guys got a little intro because we got to take a look at Solana as well. That's one of the big coins I think could have some short squeeze going on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Still a lot of mixed bag going on. And technically, while we do have some heavy liquidity down towards 69.4, give or take, which is kind of the area we've been wrestling with here. I think this is a little backlog because we've been wrestling down here with 68.4. We have an option either to come all the way back down towards 63, 64. We talked about that before, or start making a push. Really have a lot of pressure up here towards 72, but then it gets even more interesting up towards 70. And guess what? We absolutely right now have a plethora, millions of dollars of shorts that could take us all the way to $85,000. We could liquidate those shorts. Yes, do we have a lot of stuff below us? Absolutely we do. Let's go out to the monthly chart. We got a lot of liquidity down below us, but it's been there for forever. When I come out to this monthly chart, take a look at where the brightest yellow is sitting. Yeah, we got some yellow down here at 60. Yeah, we got some down here at 53. Is that disaster scenario? Absolutely. But where do we have the most amount of trades that are just begging for the traders to come up and suck out the liquidity? $75,000, new highs for Bitcoin. This is definitely in play. Now, not a guarantee by any means. I don't want you guys walking away from the stream saying, Tim said that we're absolutely 1,000% going to go to 85,000. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, yes, we have liquidity below us, but we have a hefty amount above us. And right now, especially with these two heavy-hitting bullish stories today, while the major markets are closed, let me even back up with that one, because some of you might be saying, well, Tim, you can still buy Bitcoin today. What is the number one way to purchase Bitcoin right now? What is all of the attention in the news talking about to buy Bitcoin? The Bitcoin ETFs. Can you buy Bitcoin ETFs today? No, you cannot. When can you buy Bitcoin ETFs next? Monday morning. Check out Monday morning. Potentially, we could see massive bullishness. And again, if it pops and it really goes nuts, potentially 75 is what we're taking a look at. Did see here in chat really quickly, got a comment. I'm going to, going back and forth here, trying my best to read chat and also get into the TA. Username says, too late, Tim. Already called my mom and said you said 75K Bitcoin. Well, if your mom now thinks it, darn it. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Haven Peck says, we are prepared for the core of the earth. Don't worry, Tim. Absolutely. Matt C says, there's a short squeeze coming. And if we hit that 73K area, maybe Saylor will give us an update hand and make a massive market buy. I don't think Michael Saylor needs any excuses to be buying Bitcoin. That guy just buys Bitcoin when he comes into some money. So if he comes into some money, whether that price is sitting at 75,000, 150,000, or 2,000, my man Michael Saylor is going to buy. JD, given his opinion here, said, I thought Jerome Powell's speech today was bearish. I'll have to go back and listen. JD, put in chat. Well, I mean, I might be able to get to it. What about his speech made you come across bearish? Ultimately, I see those lower PCE numbers. That's a sign that the higher interest rates really are working on curbing inflation. Or you guys know we love Caleb Franzen here. He puts it as disinflation. So not deflation. Deflation is bad, but disinflation, meaning that inflation number is curving pretty nicely. And one of the signs of that is the PCE numbers slowing down. So we're not in negative. It's not like everything's getting cheaper, but that's not the way our market's really set up. We're made to constantly be inflating. Remember, the goal they want to get to, and I think most of you know this, but I just want to educate anyone who might be new and doesn't understand this. The goal that the Fed wants to get to is 2%. Well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean that everything will get cheaper and your dollar will become more valuable. That means rather than inflating every single year by 10% or 8%, or right now it's closer to 3%, everything will be closer to 2%. So everything's going to keep getting expensive. The goal is just to slow down how expensive everything gets on the month-to-month, year-to-year basis. So to me, this is bullish. I think we're getting in the right area of where we could see our first rate cut. It's not going to be crazy. He's not going to drop it by like a full 100 basis points, but 25 could come in June if we see the PCA data here is good. We'll see it in the next couple of months. If that keeps stacking up as being good, I think we see our first rate cut in June. Of course, I think that Caleb Franz is still a bigger fan, and you cannot argue with Caleb Franz, and he's still looking at potentially September. But we'll see if that timeline moves up. We'll have him on again next Wednesday, see if he is any more bullish on a rate cut after these PCE numbers. Let's get back into it, though. Let's go back to the charts. You guys, most of you are here for the charts. Let's actually, before I do that, let's check in. I made a poll today. Some of you might have seen it. What's your favorite part of the Investing Bros show? I have a little bit of a joke here, but I want you guys' feedback so we can continue to make top-notch content for you guys. What's your favorite part of the Investing Bros show? Right now, we only have 79 votes, so I need more votes in here, but 64% of you guys are saying TA is your favorite part. 19% says there's the news. 16% says the bros banner. 1% the factoid of the day. Well, good for you guys because the factoid of the day is not going to exist today. And honestly, I made a massive mistake, guys. I forgot the quote of the day. And T-Shroom's going to ring me over the coals for that because that's a tradition that I just broke the streak. I'll have to think of one for later on in the show. If you guys have, I'll tell you what, today's community quote of the day, put in chat your favorite quote, and I might read a couple of them here in just a couple of minutes. Let's head back over to the charts, though. Let's start off, though, with two of the coins I do think potentially have some big gains coming their way. Let's come out here to the 4 hour. Well, let's start with the daily. Let's start daily. Let's kind of like express what's happening here. Solana, one of the most explosive coins this bull market. We had one little nice, what was this, a 40% correction? I always forget, and I have to redraw it. We bounced off the platinum pocket, dropped about 40%, back down to golden pocket, turned it into support, and then we've exploded again. Can Solana have a pullback? Absolutely it can. But we're seeing consolidation. And when you zoom in here, guys, let's just take a look here. When you zoom in and you look at our formation going on, guess what we have? It does not take the best technical analysts in the world to see one of the cleanest symmetrical triangle patterns in play. I'm not going to call this a bull pennant. Some people might be tempted to call this a bull pennant. There's not really a very strong flag here. I'll do kicks and giggles with you guys here. I'll take this with a grain of salt. If this was a bull flag, this would be the flagpole. That's when it starts getting explosive. It would insinuate we could see a breakout prediction all the way up to $386. That would be, more than a 2x from here. All right. Is it doable? Absolutely. Is it probable that's going to play out that way? Eventually, yeah. I mean, we're eventually going to hit 386. Like 386 to 388, that's on the way to 1,000, which is my top prediction. I just don't know if it's going to happen within like the next couple of months as fast as we went from, where were we? I don't think we're going to take a month to go a 2x again, 2 to 2.5x on Solana. But what I'll say is symmetrical triangle pattern that is attached to bullish price action. These more often than not do go to the upside. The more moderate and the more conservative estimation is that we should see this potentially, when we have a breakout, send this price upwards of 243. That's the price prediction we're kind of looking at here with a bullish symmetrical triangle pattern. Of course, if it breaks the downside, which does happen, this could bring the prices of Solana back down here to a former line that we had as significant, down towards $144. What would that be as a pullback from the high here? That would be a nice, healthy 30% correction. Not ridiculous, right? It's not ridiculous at all. However, I'm going to put more weight into this being a bullish breakout that's about to happen because it is a symmetrical triangle pattern attached to bullish price action. You come over here and you take a look at high block. Again, I had this set up for you guys, but let's take a look over here on Solana. I guess why not start on the 1 month chart? I want to show you the 7-day, but let's start in the 1 month. There is some liquidity down at 180, right? And technically there's liquidations all the way down below 120. But when we're talking about the real big longs and shorts, this actually, I'll tell you what right now, this right here should tell you how bullish Solana is, that all of these potential long liquidations that could have been in play. People have either taken their profits, they've taken them out of play. This is setting up very, very strong support. At the very worst, back down again towards 160. I told you 140 was in play, but to me, I don't see heavy liquidity on the 1 month chart below 160. And in fact, it's really 180 that we see our negative pressure. And then the big yellow stuff, the brighter yellow coming in closer back towards $200, even all the way back to all-time highs back at 211. Let's take a look at what the 7-day is saying here, because that's going to tell us probably the next week and a half or some change. Yes, we got some bright yellow here at 180. Is that possible to go down there? Absolutely. But again, we're working off some really bullish news here that should carry us early into next week being a bullish takeoff. We have those heavy liquidations coming in anywhere between the 191 up to that 200 definitely could be in play. And again, if that momentum starts, if we just keep going, we could go ahead and make that play all the way back up to up to a new high for this season 240. Out of curiosity, let's go back because remember, Solana has not hit a new all-time high just yet. 240 would take us back up to a zone. I told you guys keep an eye on here back to the last peak before a new all-time high, right? So we hit all-time high in November 2021. We dropped, had a little dead cat bounce back up, hit 245, give or take, and then the bear market really kind of took off there. So we do see some confluence of resistance at 245. Let's even take a look here in the longer time frames. Let's see what Lux is saying. Technically still under a sell order, but you know, it's a very, very strong bullish momentum here. Smart Show concept coming in around that 160. That makes a lot of sense. Let's go to weekly chart. Let's see what the weekly chart is giving us. There we go. Weekly chart, take profit right now, coming in where? Beginning March 238. Let's go ahead and just round it to 240 is definitely in play. You take a look at our oscillators. We've got bearish divergence. And so keep an eye on that bearish divergence, but the money flow is still absolutely positive. So could we see a quick run up there and then maybe a drop off potentially? But I want to make sure you guys remember historically, just because we have bearish divergence does not mean the rally is over. We had bearish divergence back here as well. Rally kept going. I talked about this earlier. I made a Cardano video earlier today because right now people are freaking out about the bearish divergence on Cardano as well. Well, guess what? If you really kind of compare this, let's tear down our indicators so you see this more clearly. This part of the cycle looks a whole lot like what Cardano went through back here in 2019, 2020, right? We come down, we set a low, we have a little bounce during the bear market. We drop down to even lower lows, setting our bottom of the bear market right before the real momentum takes off. We set a higher high, cool off, higher high, set up our bearish divergence. Everyone probably freaked out. Come on now, oscillators, right here. Everyone freaked out, and then Cardano took off. Well, guess what we have going on here? Bear market, we have a little fake bounce. We come down, set the lowest low of the season. Then we take off, and now we have that bearish divergence in play. We've already pulled back about 20%. Could we see a history repeat and Cardano just takes off? That's what I talk about in today's video, so you guys got to go check that out. Same thing going on for Solana here. Keep an eye on it for sure. I think that we do have potential for a breakout coming early next week on Monday, and we could see 244 in place. The other coin, really big here, that I think a short squeeze could happen. And by the way, a lot of coins are going to have short squeezes. I'm just kind of focusing on these ones for now. But we got AVAX sitting in pretty much the exact same situation as we have Solana. Again, symmetrical triangle pattern. Where was the money flow before this symmetrical triangle pattern? It was bullish. This one's a better candidate of saying you definitely don't want to call this a bull pennant. There's really no flag whatsoever, but you can absolutely take the opening of this formation. Let's just kind of eyeball this roughly. Bring this over to a potential breakout somewhere here around 57. This would send AVAX up towards $71, give or take. Historically, let's just see. Is that something significant based off of former price action? To see that I'm not seeing any like screaming support and resistance right there. But let's take a look at fixed range volume profile and see what's going on here. Just kind of up to where the last level before we start to really lose some volume. So could it go even higher than that? Absolutely. Could we make a run all the way up to the next dip up towards 81 and the platinum pocket? Maybe. This might be a situation where the TA, it's good enough to get the ball going, but either A, we fall short and we retouch our value area high here on 66, or we keep going even further and we shoot up above 80 up to 83. Let me know in chat what you guys think. Let's take a look here at what High Block is saying, though, again, because if we're talking about a short squeeze, we're going to have to get some liquidation levels to kind of run and tell us what's going on there. Let's see what's going on. Heavy liquidity right below us. But again, maybe that just means AVAX has a little further to dip. I told you guys for the next 48 hours, all the way through Monday, we don't necessarily have a crazy amount of bullish pressure. Could we drop down here and get a little bit closer towards 50? Absolutely. But check it out. Heavy liquidity coming in here at 60. Those liquidations go all the way up to about 65. Not quite to the 70 mark. That does take us where we were about with the value area high. Let's see what running our monthly chart's going to look like. Yep. Heavy liquidity down here towards 48, but heavy liquidations up here as well. And again, with the news leaning more bullish, just because we have heavy liquidity down here does not mean that there's enough strength for the traders to take us down all the way that far. Could it happen? Absolutely. But this is one where I see some heavy liquidity taking us back and potentially up higher towards new all-time highs for sure. Let's go ahead and take a break from my planned TA. Let's read some chat. Let's do some Q&A. I told you guys, special today, we're going to do 120 likes. We'll bring Brody, my son, onto the show. And if we, we'll do some Q&A. I might end a little early today. Going an hour and some change really is tiring when it's just me speaking, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Only at 76 likes. So, again, we need what? 50, give or take? 44. We need 44 more likes. There's 184 of you guys watching. I saw us for a brief second there get up to about 200 concurrent. Smash the like button just to see Brody. Let's check in with chat, see what you guys are saying, and maybe do some members Q&A here as well. Having amnesia is a must when trading crypto, says Rocky Zermano. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you're trading, and by the way, shout out to a couple of our sponsors here. You guys see me every single day. You see me using Lux Algo. It's an amazing thing. So I like to do traditional TA as well, especially for longer term predictions. But if you want to just trade, let's go check out Blofin, link down below. But if you want the signals, a lot of my trades, I literally just use Lux Algo. I just take a look at where's the take profits, where are the stop losses, where's the smart trail concept, what are my oscillators saying? Of course, you guys know my favorite strategy is looking for a confluence of either 3 bearish signals on this oscillator or 3 bullish signals. Lux Algo changes the game when it comes to trading. You do have to sometimes forget, because sometimes you can do the perfect TA and things just don't go the way you want. Like today, I think I was in 6 or 7 trades, and I think 4 of them have closed bullish. 1 of them closed bearish, and the other 2, like one of them, I think still has a chance. The other one, I'm just not feeling good about. I set my stop loss and my take profits safely. You don't win them all. The goal is to win more than you lose, and if you do that, you will be profitable. And one of the ways you can do that is by using Lux Algo here as well. I made a video kind of teaching some of the tutorials. I'll teach more videos in the future, but go check them out. Link down below. You'll make, I guarantee, if you use it and you trade and you understand what you're doing, you'll make your money back in the first month. What you would spend for an entire year of Lux Algo, and then you just, free money from there on out. Let's see what we got here with more Q&A. Matt says the 2x on Solana blasts us past all-time high. Yep, it does. And is it possible? It absolutely is possible that Solana 2x's in the next couple of months, because anyone who says that's impossible would probably also say that what we've been doing up to this point was impossible. And of course, everyone knows it happened. So you can't bet against Solana, but in this case, I'm not going to bet against the 2x, but I'm not going to bet on the 2x, I guess is the best way to put that. I don't think I'm going to short Solana when we hit 244. But yeah, or at least a long-term short. I might do a scalp short just to take advantage of some cool-offs. What else do you guys have here? What are some coins you guys want to see done today? Jacobo says, Jesus loves Bitcoin. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I don't think, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to get too spiritual here. I don't think Jesus gives 2 craps about Bitcoin, honestly. As a kid, I used to joke around that Jesus always loved all my favorite teams. And I remember that breaking my heart when I found out that Jesus probably doesn't care about sports. Sports is fun. It's great. Jesus doesn't care about them. Ultimately, for a moment of seriousness, the reason Jesus doesn't care about Bitcoin is he doesn't hate Bitcoin, but Jesus cares more about you and your heart and your long future than he does about your wealth here on earth. Now, it's cool to build wealth. And you guys know me and T-Stream are very big on building wealth so that we can help others. I'm a big believer in any time that I get blessed with any blessing whatsoever, it's my responsibility to go out and bless others as well. And Jesus loves that, but I'm not gonna try to twist scripture and do things to say that Jesus loves Bitcoin. He loves you. He loves freedom. He loves success, but probably doesn't care too much about Bitcoin one way or the other. Jesus hard forked the bread and fishes. That's pretty funny, Eric. It's true. Cheat code on bread and fish for sure. Could I go? I could go for some Velo, ICP, and Link, says username. Let's do it. Another question here. Matt C said, Tim, do you think we are above 80K at halving? I think so. We're talking about Bitcoin, of course. I think Bitcoin goes above 80K. I did the TA earlier. Like, it might be a lousy, sideways, dumb weekend in price action, but when Monday brings back in buying pressure from the institutions, we could see some fireworks. I'll just put it that way. We could see some fireworks. I would be scooping up some stuff now, honestly. Don't wait for the rest of it, because sometimes you can think front run. We might see some weird, unexplained pump on Sunday as people try to front run what's going to happen Monday morning when the market's open. But the real bullishness should happen Monday. All right, let's check out some of those charts that were asked. I think Link for sure. I'll check out ICP and Link for sure. Velo, I might come back to if I don't see anyone else. Go ahead and drop some other coins you guys want to see. Link and ICP. Link, of course, I've kind of flirted with it earlier today. I told you guys this is one of my big four. I call them my big four altcoins. So definitely something I'm big on. ICP, it's not a big four, but it's creeping up there. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. Let's start off with Chainlink. I told you guys, keep an eye on a bounce in this zone. It went a little bit lower, wicked below, but as a whole, candle body closes, stayed within my level of support here. We're back up, cooling off, but this just shows you how strong ICP is. It's now in a beautiful trading zone. I would tell you guys, if you for some reason see Chainlink get back down here to 1750, scoop some up, and then we'll see. Let's watch. Maybe you want to take some profit up here at $22 again. Maybe you want to continue to wait for a breakout though up to these higher levels we talked about before. Let's see what Lux is saying here. Again, we bounced not only off the support band, but our daily smart trail concept. We do have some resistance though, order block and resistance kind of coming in there around 23. Oscillators here on the daily chart. A little bit of a mixed on the daily, because while we did have the bullish momentum, it was a good trade there for a second. And to be fair, I would say just because you have bearish momentum doesn't mean you should stop, because we didn't hit any serious. I guess we kind of hit the stop loss level, but I mean, look at this. Like, you got the reversal, you had the bullish momentum. You could have entered a good little long position right there, and I think it might still be in play. Let's see what the 4 hour, 1 hour are potentially saying here. Money flow went negative, but you see it's curling. We're under bullish momentum at the moment. No green reversal, so maybe you want to hold off if you haven't already, but very close. And do we pull back maybe down towards $18, get back down into this order block and this smart trail concept and that take profit of the current short position? In fact, that's actually kind of looking like potentially something that could happen with the daily kind of being in limbo for a second, and with that trifecta of confluence for a support level back at 18, 16, give or take. I think that might be a good play. I do like the long opportunity on the daily chart, but maybe a cool off here 4 hour wise. Let's see what the 1 hour is saying. Yeah, 1 hour, we got the red reversal. We had bearish momentum. Yes, we just had a bullish reversal dot, but not key right now. We just crossed negative money flow below that bearish threshold. So absolutely, that kind of backs up what I just said. Look for a short, maybe take profit conservatively closer to 1850, 1843, but then maybe a buy back in towards 1811, 1816, somewhere in that zone. Because again, daily chart, we're looking to the upside. I'm just waiting for those flashes. I changed up a little bit. I have this singles overlay for confirmation signal, so it's late. Let's take a look what the contrarian signal is saying on this. Look at that. Contrarian signal had called this reversal perfectly. Guess what that means? When the contrarian signal bullishly calls it, the trend has shifted bullish, right? So take it with a grain of salt. Again, we still could come back down to those levels I was talking about, but I do like the contrarian signal kind of saying, hey, we have some room to the upside for sure. There we go. Let's take a look at ICP here, see what it is doing on this daily chart. Strong reversal there. We did get the triangle of red reversal paired with bearish momentum, and the money flow very slightly green, but keeling over slightly. So is this a sell? No, it's not, especially with the fact that we're wrestling with some former resistance turn support. I told you guys about this the other day, but this is one I was in an ICP trade. I think I told you guys one of my trades wasn't going well. ICP is one of those. I entered a long. When we came back and touched this orange line, I put a very strict stop loss so that if I was wrong, I don't lose a lot of money. And I think I got timed out. I think I got timed out of that one. I think I hit my stop loss, lost like 20 bucks. That's fine. Risking 20 bucks for the potential chance to come back up here and make, like, I think my take profit would have been like $300, $400. I'm willing to risk 20 bucks to make a potential 300 if I had been right. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start looking maybe at these lower time frames. Let's check out these lower time frames. I'm going to start looking for strong confirmation back to the upside. Let's take a look here. We're down here, 4-hour chart. We have that short take profit coming in here. We have the smart trail concept, the money flow. Let's go full screen here, see what's going on. We're crossing red, so it's still negative money flow, and the momentum's still going to the downside. But when we see a turn here on the 4-hour chart for ICP, might be a good trigger to enter along here over the weekend. For sure. Let's see if the contrarian is saying anything different here. Not yet. Contrarian still negative, has not printed buy. So probably want to wait for a contrarian signal here with ALGO to enter that as well. Let's see what the 1-hour chart is saying here. Let's go back to confirmation. Confirmation, we're kind of overextended. So maybe don't be surprised to see a small bounce back up in the next couple of hours. But then tomorrow, maybe ICP continues to trickle down a little further. We've hit our take profit for the 1 hour. We've hit a lot of support here. Time to probably make a small rebound bounce and then potentially continue this downward motion down to some stronger support on the longer time frames, like the 4-hour. Again, somewhere down here, just around 1670, give or take. And then that price shoots back to the upside. ICP continue to pick up momentum. The community is awesome. I told you guys, I still get comments, by the way, with ICP. People are like, every single video, you keep changing your mind on what happens with ICP. Let me tell you guys, when you learn new information, you come up with new thoughts. I looked into ICP because so many people had asked me, Tim, do a price prediction on ICP, do a price prediction on ICP, do a price prediction on ICP. So I did it, right? I hadn't done enough research to exactly understand how bullish the community was, how bullish what their technology was. So I made a price prediction saying ICP, I thought, could stay in the bull market between a top 20 to top 15 coin, right? That would send, if my math was correct, that would send the price up to between $90 to $143, right? My TA is good, but I updated my information about what ICP is. And I've come to the conclusion that I think ICP, I think it's too early to say that it's going to be a top 5 coin, but I absolutely think it could be a top 10 coin. And the top 10 coin, based off of market cap and everything else, I'm going to make a video updating my thoughts here. But ultimately, what we're probably going to look at is closer to 250. And I'm just going to throw this up here. But okay, a little too high. Let's go 250, give or take. Boom. I think that we're going to look at potentially 250 to 350, give or take. Those are my new levels that I'm kind of looking at. I'm going to leave these ones. I'll turn them a different color. Let's turn them yellow. We'll turn these yellow as, like, if something goes wrong with ICP, this is still the expectation. But if the bullishness that I'm more now researching happens and we do end up becoming a top 10 coin, I think we're looking somewhere between 250, 350 is my new price prediction of ICP. Love what's happening there long term. And again, this is one that, did it have a nice pop with the rest of the space here in October? It did, but check it out, guys. A breakout is coming. Every other coin has kind of had its initial breakout, sideways trade, and then break again. ICP is just starting its little breakout. And right here, I kind of detail this in the video. If I stay long, we're talking about potentially a push up to $60. Conservatively, we're talking about more of a conservative push towards 24. But the more I'm looking at ICP, I'm like, no, it might not be ridiculous to look for a push from 1723 up to 60 within the next month or two, based off of what we see going on in the fundamentals there. Nice just commented. It's nice to see you here, by the way. He said, what's your thoughts on Chainlink? My man, you just missed it. I just, before doing ICPTA, gave my thoughts on Chainlink. So go ahead and scroll back there. Take a look at what's going on. What time we got? We got 344, 345-ish area. Still got a lot of people here watching. I'll tell you what, as long as the views are high and we got a lot of people engaged with what's going on, I will stay live. We're at 100 likes right now, and we got to get to 120 If you guys want to see Brody come on the show, that is my 10-month-old son. He'll show you a couple of new things he's learning. If you want that, you got to get to 120 likes. We got almost 200 people watching. So to do that would be easy peasy, short and squeezy. What else you guys got for me in the Q&A? Username says ICP have ICP. I don't know what that question means. Arson246, ICP or Manta, any thoughts on which will run faster? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to give that a detailed answer, having not done, well, I knew what ICP was before the last couple of weeks, and I know what Manta is roughly. I need to look more into it. So off the top of my head, Arson, I'm going to say ICP, but it's also because I've been on a little bit of an ICP kick here recently, been looking into it, really excited about what they have going on. I haven't been looking into Manta. And just so you guys know, I had a conversation with T Shroom. We are potentially going to look as the channel is growing. We're already about to hit 11,000 subscribers. We're gonna be at 20,000 subscribers here, like within the next 2 months or so at this rate. But we're kind of sitting here talking. It might be time to add a crew member to the team, maybe a researcher, someone to do more digging and help T Shroom and I formulate some thoughts and some notes to bring some better education. So if you're interested in that position, make sure join our Discord, chat at me, DM me. Let me know you're interested in that position, but it is something. We got some money coming in, and we potentially are going to look to hire, at least contract somebody for a while to do some research for us. B-Ball Golf 72 says, BROZ subscribers going parabolic. They are. They're going absolutely parabolic. We're both blown away, T-Shim and myself, blown away at how awesome you guys are and how supportive you guys are and growing this whole community. Richard Day says, likes been smashed. Let's check in again. 120, 120. Where are we? 111. 9 more likes. 9 more likes. Jess Jim said, sitting on Ando for a while. 3x right now. So Jess Jim, you're saying you've done a 3x or you're waiting for a 3x? Let's go take a look at Ando. Let me share my screen again. Let's see what's going on here. Another top hot coin people have been paying attention to. What chart do I want to use? Let's start with Coinbase and see if there's a better one, because I don't know why it did it like that. All right, I'm probably going to stick with Coinbase because this one's probably not going to have volume. Let's try this real quick. Yeah, it doesn't have volume. All right, I don't like that. I like having volume. Another newer project. Again, on Coinbase, it's only been around here since January. It can tell me this one. It can tell me, what is this? All right, so really, it hasn't hit charts until January of 2024. We can go back to Coinbase and kind of take a look here. I told you guys yesterday, when the coin is this new, you do have to take your TA with a grain of salt. But I could tell you potentially if we're a little overextended, if there's a potential area for a pullback that you should keep your eye on. Of course, we already had a nice little, what is this? Very bullish, but nice 40% pullback and then rallied ahead. This just, you guys know, I love seeing this. That explains health and explains that there are times to cool off, but there's heavy demand to go with the increased supply so you can keep going up higher and higher. Bro, CoinMarketCap has the longest history. True. Oh, let's do it. Let's see what Ando's history is over here, and we'll go back to the charts. Number 88. Okay. Cool. Let's go. Loading all. Let's put on our candles. It goes back to where? Yeah, I mean, January. So it might have a little bit more data, but not too much more than this one. Let's just see over here. Max supply doesn't say anything at the moment. I will say with Ando, again, I need to do some research, and this is where some of the research, if we hire somebody to do research, it'll come in to help us. I can tell you right now, until I do more due diligence, this is not my favorite number I'm looking at here. 1.3 billion circulating supply, but there's a total supply of 10. Now, if they have a system out there to spread out the what is it? Unlocks for the next 40, 50 years, not a problem. But is there going to be some major token unlock on Ando that hits us and just, tears the space apart? Is any unlock coming up? Nothing on the gauntlet just yet, but we'll have to keep that one posted. Either way, let's take a look at what Lux is saying. Obviously, we're slowing down here a little bit. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart because this is where I'm going to be able to see more information. We're under a short right now on the confirmation part of this. That could send us back down to about 82 cents, give or take. Let's see what the oscillators are saying. Oscillators, yes, we're bullish momentum, but check it out. We literally, you guys probably just watched it. It's flirting with us right now. Money flow negative, and the bearish momentum dot just flashed here. So could be a sign that it's still cooling off. Let's see what the 4-hour chart's saying there. Yeah, 4-hour chart, everything is still negative there on the oscillators. MACD is consistently falling down. Is on the 50. So if there's a bounce that's going to be in play, it could happen right now. But I'm seeing, again, smart show concept, order blocks down here. I think a dip is in play for sure on Ando. Should you short it? Maybe. Put a very tight stop loss if you do. But I'm looking potentially 70 to 60 cents. Could be an interesting buy spot according to the 4-hour chart. 1-hour chart would say, more like 76, but that could be just the beginning and we spread out. You're also going to see, similar to Bollinger Bands, look at our support and come on now. There you go. Support and resistance here on Lux Algo is very, very tight. Could be a breakout that happens here. Speaking of, T-Stream's not here, the Bollinger Band guy, but let's take a look here. Yeah, look at this constricted Bollinger Bands on the hourly chart. Let's see what the 4-hour chart saying. Constriction on the 4-hour chart. So big breakout coming. And based off of what I'm seeing on Ando, does it follow the market and go bullish? Or does it take that small cool off and come back down to some levels it was just at? Potentially. Another reason why that could happen, look at the momentum here. Coming back to, we had our big cool off. We had a very, very big jump here. In fact, how high was this? This was roughly, all right, come on now, grab the tool. We had a nice little 120% run, had a nice cool off, but then we had a very modest little 40% run. So the momentum is slowing down here, almost like an ABC rally. Could we see a small little retracement, bring it back down again to those same support levels we were just at? Somewhere around 70 cents could be a very interesting spot. I did see someone in chat said we hit 120 likes. Is that true? Let's refresh. Look at that thumbnail. T-Stream's out, but we got my guy Adam filling in. 122 likes has been hit. So Brody, I gotta text the wife. Let's call. Let's see. We'll call with you guys. She's here. She's hanging out.
Hello.
Hey, bring in the minion.
Okay.
We hit the lights.
I'm in the basement, so hold on.
We're in the basement. Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. Give me like a minute or two.
All right. She's in the basement. It's gonna be a minute or two. She's coming. Blackie Chan said, I do research for free just to help. That'd be awesome. Again, anyone who wants to help with research for sure. Just so you guys know, the reason why we want to pay the person who we're going to, we won't have like a lot of money. If you don't think of it like a full-time job, but we do want somebody who's pretty, first of all, they've been dabbling in crypto for a while. We want somebody who's going to be open, like they either have financial freedom already where they don't have a full-time job, or they have a job that's very flexible where we can communicate with them day in and day out. We'll give them tasks and coins to look into, create some notes. We'd like for people to have some writing skills, maybe even write some scripts. Of course, we will feature you guys and shout you out and promote you. But anyone who wants to help for free, absolutely. But we are looking for someone who really wants to take it seriously and being ingrained in. And as our channel grows, again, we would love to hire multiple people in the future. So reach out to us. Let us know. Give us your resume. Give us your history, your credentials. Let's see. Oh my gosh. The minion's been running around the basement. It's got black feet. Black feet there. Like a little baby bear. Brody, what you want to say to the people? They got you 120 likes to come. Oh, yep. Yeah. You want to show them some of your tricks? Can you do this for them? Do it. You can don't be camera shy. You can do it. You got it. I think he knows. I think he knows you guys are here. Oh, clapping. There we go. Yay. 100. All right, here we go. No, that's clap. We're mixing them up. Eric Wong said, kids thick. Listen, you guys saw my thighs the other day. You think that this apple fell far from the tree? Got them chunky legs. This kid can squat. He's not walking, but he runs. And what I mean by that is, oh gosh, you're pulling. I don't even know why I need these because I'm not listening to anyone else. When he walks with his walker, he's got a nice wide stance and he's got this power move. Like the minute he starts walking on his own, the minute he figures out balance, he's gonna be sprinting the very next day. The Beholder says, tell Brody to do some TA on Bitcoin. All right, Brody, let's do it. Let's do some Bitcoin TA. Let's see what we got going. What the heck happened there? What's so funny? What's so funny? We're falling. Let's see here. All right, Brody, what you got? What's going to happen? Are we going bullish? Is it going to be bullish next week? That's good. Yes, there we go. Is that bullish? Okay. You're cute. All right, Minion. That was your time. Thank you for the 120 likes, Brody. Say hi. Say, just spilled water all over the floor. Gosh. Oh, luckily the lid was closed. All right. Shout out to Brody. That's a special treat you guys get. Special treat from time to time. He is the coolest kid around. He is the ultimate bro. Let's close out the show here. I saw someone say ETH TA, please. We're going to do some ETH TA. We're going to then cool it off. Maybe I'll answer one or two. If you guys have one or two questions about Brody, I might answer those questions here as well. Let's check out what ETH is doing here and call it a show today. There we go. All right. So remember the other coins we were looking at, symmetrical triangle patterns or triangle patterns that were bullish. This one is going to be similar to what we saw happen. What coin was I looking at? Was it Bitcoin? Was Bitcoin the same? Nope. Wasn't Bitcoin. Was it Cardano? We're similar to Cardano. We don't have a bullish symmetrical triangle pattern, but we do have the liking of a ascending triangle. So we got that flat top for Ethereum 3,650, give or take. Has been a very strong level of resistance here since this initial bounce back March 17th. But we have our nice little rising level. Okay, I'm going to change this a second. I'm going to do candle body closes here on the 4-hour chart. Forget that wick. We got a nice little rising level of support, flirting with that support level, but this is a zone, so don't take this and just say, oh, well, we broke below the yellow line, we have to fall now. This is a zone. What you're going to want to probably see is a pretty significant pullback on Ethereum. These are bullish, though. We usually break to the upside. This would cause Ethereum potentially to break out. Let's go all the way actually to the bottom there, because, again, that's where price action went. If we break the resistance with support, 4,300 is where we would see the price kind of break out to there. Let's take a look at what the Lux ALGO indicator is saying. We are under a seller here on the 4-hour. I'm going to imagine it's going to be pretty similar to what we saw with Bitcoin, right? So this is going to be very interesting. Do we potentially make a move down here to this line down here? Of course, if we do break bearish and we do come down, look at that. It's going to line up with our 4-hour smart trail concept to the bottom of the green support band back below $3,000. So is that doable? Absolutely, it's doable. Let's see what daily chart is saying here, and let's see. Look at oscillators here as well. Whew. All right, guys. We have found a bearish chart. We are in a very bearish chart right now. Take profit on the daily down here to that level we just talked about, $2,900 south of 3,000. All right. ETH not looking the same bullish. I think ETH would follow what Bitcoin does, but if I'm just looking at this chart, it's not sparking joy. Not sparking joy at all. I mean, we had that small bounce, but the money flow is still keeling negative. The oscillators started to turn over. The money flow is still negative. MACD is still negative. It's slowing down, but it's negative. We're wrestling with the 50. We're kind of at a decision point here with Ethereum for sure. Let's take a look. Let's look at what the Bollinger Bands are saying. Is there a breakout coming? Daily chart? Not necessarily. Let's go 8-hour. Yeah, we're getting some constriction here. 8 hours, 6-hour, I'd imagine. Yep, 4-hour. Yeah, some nice constriction. So big breakout coming for Ethereum. I'll go ahead and say this. While Lux is saying downwards, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to just kind of stick to the theory that we should see Ethereum follow suit with what Bitcoin is doing. I think that these will be ignored. I think price should go the upside. However, I just want you guys to be prepared. If we start to fall, and I would say if you see us break below 3,300, give or take, you might want to go ahead and wait for a move all the way back down, at least at 3,000. That's what I'm kind of seeing here on these charts, 4-hour chart oscillators. The money flow is positive, but this is where we have the bearish momentum. We did get a green reversal dot, but yeah, very confusing charts here for Ethereum. Not the same level of certainty. I mean, the other charts are just so beautiful. Item Holder says, Could also be a rising channel, but that's bullish in the market. Yeah, that would be bullish in the market. Let's see a couple other things. Let's take a look at fixed range volume here more recently. Let's go back all the way here to January 2024. What do we got going on? Value area high has been kind of an area of resistance. Oh, man, it's a really big drop for anything significant there. Let's take a look at a short-term Fibonacci levels. Of course, we just rejected on the platinum pocket from the macro perspective, but let's see what this one is doing. Where are we kind of sitting here? We've bounced here off the pretty much the 0.32. Where's that level? Yeah, the 0.5, a 50% pullback. Man, I'll tell you what, I think Ethereum, you gotta go on some wings and some prayers here with faith, because the chart's not looking good. And I always say we're gonna look at this chart, but let's go ahead and do it and we'll wrap up the show here. I always say we're gonna look at ETH over Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the more macro kind of version of what's going on. Heading back down to those lows we have discussed. Now, it was a big move when we called. I called for a kind of a double bottom back to the lows we had in June of 2022. We kind of did that. We bounced back up. We broke above this channel here, but back going to the downside. This is one of the reasons why we see Bitcoin dominance climbing right now, because Ethereum, the biggest threat to Bitcoin's dominance, is not performing well. And in fact, compared to Bitcoin, is not performing well at all. And we're heading back down to the same lows. In fact, with the exception of that one wick, we're pretty much sitting at the low we have been in the years 2023 and 2024. Let's see just on this chart. Is there any kind of confirmation that the bottom's close? Take profit. We're closing take profit. It's going to keep dipping down here, but look at the green support here on the daily, kind of bleeding to the downside. Of course, we had that order block in there because that's the most recent price action we have. Let's see what the oscillators are doing. Heavy negative money flow. Yes, we got some green support coming in, but money flow still going south pretty fast. Excessive sellers, but they're rounding off. All right, maybe some hope here on the 12-hour. Bullish divergence, money flow sideways on the 8. So that's not necessarily a buy right there, but I'm seeing a pattern that we're maybe in a short-term little bounce situation, maybe a little bit of a scalp. Maybe no, that's not a scalp. You don't think, unless you want to trade Ethereum over Bitcoin. We might see Ethereum recover slightly over Bitcoin this weekend, but I think this chart has some further moves to the downside, at least a triple bottom at those levels. Let's turn off this noise, go back to the daily chart. I would not be surprised here at all to see it get back down here and even potentially look for a new low of this cycle, maybe back down to 0.04. And this could be the beginnings of, Bitcoin has its own Bitcoin run. It outpaces everything, but then Ethereum takes off. It climbs up here. You guys remember the cycle T-Shroom talks about all the time. It's the Bitcoin cycle, then the Ethereum cycle, and then the altcoin cycle. Well, right now we're very clearly seeing it is not the Ethereum cycle. Ethereum is not outpacing anything at this moment. Doesn't mean it's going to be dumb long-term. I have very, very high hopes for Ethereum long-term, but maybe the next little bit, not what we really want to see. Let's see here. TA is awesome. Matt might play voted. He said, TA is awesome. Had to vote banter, though. Gems can be found in that free flow convo. Yeah, I love, again, I hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple of days where it was just me, but I cannot wait to have T-Shroom back. I haven't decided yet. What do you guys think? Put a 1 in chat. Should I do a solo Saturday show tomorrow, or is it just not the same without T-Shroom and we should wait and come back on Monday? Team all involved. What do you guys think? Put a 1 in chat if yes. Put a 2 in chat if no. Mellow Fellow says, Tim, can you confirm whether or not your my previous comment is true or not? Please and thank you. What was your previous comment? Previous comment says facts Mike P. Is your facts Mike P true or comment? I'm sure you're talking about a different one. At least Brody definitely putting up 2 plates on the squat rack. It's not bullish enough. Not bullish enough whatsoever. I'll tell you, I'm not even lying. I think we have a video of this. I'll post this in Discord, in the general chat. I'll post a video. We have a video of Brody. He has a walker. He deadlifts. This is how this kid is advanced. Instead of walking with the walker, he lifts it from the bottom and deadlifts it. The kid is a stud. Definitely going D1 here in about 17 years or so. So look out for him. The next future star in who knows what sport yet? Football? Probably not basketball. If he, I'm only 5'10". My wife's 5'5". Don't think he's going to have the genes to go play professional basketball, but baseball, soccer, football, something. The kid's going to be a stud. So we'll have to wait and see. Guys, I think that's going to wrap it out for today. But on your way out, a lot of you have already smashed like. Make sure the rest of you smash like. If you enjoyed the show, and also hit that subscribe if you are new here and you loved being here. You love the TA, you love the news, you love the conversation. This community is the best community in all of crypto. You learn something new every single day. With that said, though, I love each and every single last one of you. And I guess the ones have it. I will see you guys tomorrow for a Saturday one-on-one with Tim. You guys have a fantastic day. Adios.
Trying to make paper, turn that better than cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms news, catch a word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better than cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.